Okay, this is take 3 of Bitta Bants Solo Bants edition. I have started and deleted this at least. This is my third time. I've started twice before this and I've deleted them twice before. Hello again. I'm sick of saying it out these. What's the crack? Welcome back. As I said, this is Solo Bants. I am flying solo today. Lone Ranger Louie at your service. This is just a little, not filler per se, but it's a smaller episode than what we normally do. Especially smaller than me and Steve's 2 hour fucking marathon on Doom. Just a little in between episodes before we get on to Bitta Bants number 4, the big one. I've decided that it's going to be the best PS2 titles what we're going to be discussing. It's going to be me and 4 other guys on your panel for that podcast, and by games voted by you. These aren't games we pulled out of a hat. These are games that I've asked you on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, etc., etc. And basically every game that goes down a piece of paper, and any people that says the same game twice, they get a point against them. And whoever has the most points, they get basically put into the top 16. And those top 16 games will go into a knockout table. 8 on one side, 8 on the other side. 8 becomes 4, 4 becomes 2, 2 becomes 1v1, and they are in for the final. The way it works out is we are talking about which games we believe are the best. Not based on reviews, not based on scores or anything like that. It's what we, from our own personal experience with the game, enjoy. So, as somebody, for example, might like San Andreas more than GTA 3, someone might like GTA 3 more for their own personal experiences, their own childhood, growing up with it. And that's why that might get put forward if they go head to head. You know where I'm coming from? Hopefully. You'll find out when it comes out. Hopefully the lads know what I'm talking about, and you just don't start roaring at each other which one got the better score with the look of the online. But anyway, that's what's coming up next week. Just waiting to get one more person confirmed, and then we'll have the full table. Yeah, me plus 4 others. I know for definite we have myself, Wes, and Steve are making the return. Our good friend Dean, who we've mentioned, Mr. GTA Money, he has said he's hopping on. I'm just waiting for one more confirmation, and then we'll have our party. So anyway, that's what's going on. I'm hoping as well this will kind of bring out the more banter side of Bitta Bants, because that's what I wanted the podcast to always be. What it is on the tin, a Bitta Bants with an underline of gaming discussion. But what's actually happened is it's just become a gaming discussion with an underline of banter. From what I believe, I'm probably just being my own worst critic at the moment, and it's not, and you're enjoying it. But that's what I want to bring out more, is more of the banterous laugh inside with an undertone, and not just going in, this is what's going on, this is what's happening in the gaming world, yada yada yada. I am just being Mr. Serious. I'm probably not. Again, I'm probably being too hard on myself. But that's what I'm hoping, with a few more of us on, we can just bounce off each other, and you'll enjoy it too. About the Doom episode, I know I said I put images and what's that word, gameplay footage over it. I couldn't get the rights to any gameplay footage, and I don't own all the games. So that's going to be going on not Facebook, that's going to go on YouTube today, and then this will follow up a few hours later on the same day. I didn't get around to doing it on YouTube, and I'm sorry, that won't happen again. It's because I've been hitting up the podcast sites, Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, all of them. We got accepted. Lemur have got on to me on Twitter saying they'd love to see me over there. So when I'm finished recording this, I'm going to check them out, maybe sign up for them, and see, maybe this will be on that as well, along with all the others. That's sus with that. Anyway, there are the little kinks I want to work out. Hopefully that I just get the banter flow more than the seriousness happening. So that's what's coming up in the future. That's what's going to be going on in the podcast in the future, hopefully. Going back to the second episode, me and Wes were talking about that we might start streaming. That's going to happen. That's going to happen in October. That will be kicking off in October. Hopefully we'll have 2 streams a week. I don't know what days yet. You'll know all about them in the up and coming month. I was meant to check my Twitch name before I started doing this, and I cannot remember what my Twitch name is. You'll know it by next week. I'll have it up. I was meant to record as well, saying about the footage and all that. I couldn't find footage and stuff like that, and I couldn't put it on. So that's just going to be an image and stuff like that. This was meant to be also a prototype for recording a podcast, but my webcam is an absolute fucking potato, and it's the footage, the camera itself is more grainy than a bowl of fucking Cheerios. So Cheerios are oats, not grains. That is a fucking fail on my part. But edit that out, Louie. Just edit that out. Anyway, so yeah, I'm not using that. PlayStation camera is a special modified USB. It won't plug into the laptop, so I can't use that. So we're going solo again, sadly. But I'll be working on trying to find a camera I can use for it in the future. I am hoping to get a camera for the big podcast, so you can see us all as we're chatting and as we're bouncing off each other, and hopefully not killing each other over our opinions and all that. But we'll see what happens. That's part of the fun. And hopefully I don't keep going and throughout this podcast. If I do, make a drinking game. He says it as he fucking mentions it. No, don't make a drinking game because you'll die of alcohol poisoning. So, moving on. October streams. Yes, October streams. 2 streams a week if we're able. We're doing up in my house. He fucking says DM. He says DM. Oh, I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him if I don't die from alcohol poisoning, says he. The 2 games are, because it's October, it's spooky time, it's Halloween, we're going to play scary games. We're both playing games we've never played before. Wes will be playing Outlast. He's never played before. I have it on the PlayStation, so we can come up and play it. I've played Outlast, but I've played it, I don't know, when I got the PlayStation, 4 years ago maybe? I don't know. So Wes never played it. So he's agreed to play Outlast. And I will be there with him. Maybe my girlfriend Megan Rose will be there as well. We don't know, but Megan will be there for my game, and I'll be playing The Evil Within. I bought it on sale. I was going to get Outlast 2, but I lost the chance to get it. It was on sale for a tenner, and I had a tenner sitting in the wallet. But then I went back up to 30 quid, and I just said, nah, fuck that. Had a look on what else was on sale, and Evil Within was there for like 6 quid, $5.99. So I picked it up. I was always interested in playing it, but I never wanted to. It wasn't a game that I fork out 70 quid for it because I wasn't that interested in playing it. So I picked it up, 6 quid. It's sitting there now in the library, waiting for October. So Wes will play Outlast, and then on the other stream that week, I will play The Evil Within, and hopefully through them 4 sessions we will knock out the game each. If by some chance we finish one of the games, we won't just knock it down to 2 streams of the 1 game, or maybe it's up to you. I also have other horror games there sitting in the library. I have Amnesia, which is going really fucking old school. Haven't touched it, but it's there. And I also have Alien Isolation, which I have a little bit of progress in, but it's fuck all. Look, I haven't even seen the Alien yet. I haven't seen the Xeno yet. So that's how little I've gotten fired into that. But it's one of those games. I picked it up last year on the Halloween sale for like 4 quid. I was interested, but hadn't got the time because Charlie was just born, and I just had no time to play it. And any time we did have to play a game, I was playing a game that didn't need full attention. So I was really just on XCOM for the first couple of months when I was on night feeds with him. A game that I could just leave on and not have to worry about it, and I could pause mid-game and then pick it back up, and I'd be at the exact same part. I wouldn't have to wait to get to a location to save or anything like that. So that's just been sitting there, waiting for me to return. So yeah, Outlast and The Evil Within. We will start streaming in October, and you'll find out more about it on the upcoming streams and on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat. Everything else, I'll be pushing it on that. Hopefully you come along, hopefully you check it out. Come along and say hello. Even if you're not into the game, come along and see us share our pants, because it's the whole idea of it. We want to share ourselves, and just we don't want to share ourselves. We don't have time for a better term of the word. We want to come and have a scary game, shit a brick, playing the game, not literally share our pants, and have a bit of a laugh. And hopefully you come along to laugh at our expense of being scared. And hopefully I'll be able to rip the video footage and upload it to the Bitta Bants YouTube page, if I'm able to, and if I remember to save it, because I know the PlayStation saves at 15-minute intervals, but I think I can change that. We'll see what happens. If I can record the whole session, I can upload it and then chop it up and put it in little parts, so you're not getting overwhelmed with one big stream. I can chop up in little parts and upload it on the daily. So that's the sauce on that. That is streams out of the way. That is working out the kinks out of the way. That is just introducing solo bands on the way. And if we're going to be here on Bitta Bants, we might as well talk about something. Let's talk about a game. I recorded this 2 days ago. when this was still a little fresh news. It's not really that fresh anymore. It's been about a week now, but let's discuss it. Let's jump in. Not too much in depth. I want to just pick at it a bit because I'm really interested in this. We've been waiting for a long time like everybody else. Let's have a little chat about Cyberpunk 2077. The game doesn't really need that much of an introduction because of it's kind of infamous now at this stage. The game's been in works for what 24,000 fucking years at this stage. Got to the point where it became a meme that 2077 wasn't the title, it was just the release date and all that. But out of nowhere, they just dropped this fucking 47-minute gameplay reveal. And as far as I am aware, from what I've seen on the Easy Alloys, from what they were talking about it, this was the closed room demo they seen at E3. As far as I know, this is what they seen at E3, bar one or two slight changes. As far as I know, just going entirely off what the Easy Alloys said in their podcast. But it looks good. It looks buzzy. There was moments I'm like, holy shit, this is amazing. One of them moments is making a character. I don't know about you, but I like making characters. Not as much as Wes would now, as he said in the past, where like if he's making a character and you're beside him, put the kettle on, go have a smoke, go make dinner, go have a nap, and then come back to him, because then he'll be done with just making the face and not the body. You won't mind me saying that. He admits it himself. He's a stickler for all those little informations, and when it comes to an RPG and creating a character and all that. But Cyberpunk is no different to that. It's the whole thing. You can pick apart the body and you have all these meters and grades and going eyebrow depth and eyebrow fucking density and all that shit. You have people out there who'll start putting like they're doing Fallout. You'll start having Nicolas Cage and fucking Beavis and Butthead and Keanu Reeves and all walking around your game because they're that much of a stickler for the detail and all that. But one of the good things, well, not good, it is good, but it's like, interesting. You can make your own backstory when creating a character. If you ran away from home, and that's one that sticks out to me. And apparently what you choose in this will influence some missions that come later on in the game. Now, we're hoping that means it's a big difference. So if you like pick run away from home instead of grew up in a happy household, it's not just a little small mission. I want like... what I want, I'm very fucking entitled, aren't I? I'd really enjoy if it was a huge branching story path. And you won't get it any other way, so it'll lead to multiple playthroughs, multiple people, multiple characters. And you have a name, and you have a voice. And I know Fallout did this, and it went pretty shitty. Because the protagonist basically had 4 lines of dialogue. One was, 3 of them were yes, and one of them was no, but yes. Basically. This is looking a bit more better. This is looking like you have a name. You're addressed by your name. There's a bit more depth to these characters as they were with The Witcher. Witcher was an RPG, and at sometimes I was like, it's not like Skyrim where I create my character, Geralt is this character. But I got invested in that, and I really enjoyed that fucking story. And I really got into it, and it was amazing. And I quickly got over that. So hopefully that doesn't hit me now with this. Hopefully I'll get invested in V. If V is because your character's name was V as a female, when it comes to these games, I make female builds. Just that's what I do. I've made solo builds for years and years, and I never got to see what the female side of games were. I always just made solo builds. So I make female characters now because I know that my friends will have male builds, and I'll be able to see from their point of view when I go over to Norgaff and watch the game what dialogue options I'll be missing and fucking shit like that. Doesn't really matter. So looking forward to that. Hopefully it's big branching paths. Really enjoy that. There was other parts as well. A lot of Deus Ex vibes I got from it. Really, that open city, a big city, a vibrant, bustling city on a day and night cycle, as you say. Well, we've been saying that for a while now, haven't we? Since games have come out. Your decisions affect the outcome. Since fucking Fable, we've been hearing that. It's not really much of a thing now, is it? Because it's not. You don't really affect the outcome of the game. Like, we'll just trigger off a path of an outcome, but we can't really affect. It's not the true nature of what a game is. Like, if we shoot someone randomly in the street, what's the worst that's gonna happen? We're gonna get a wanted level and invade the police. It's not gonna spark a worldwide manhunt. It's not gonna spark a citywide manhunt even, and we're gonna have wanted posters everywhere for the rest of the game because they're looking for us. That's not gonna happen. But you know what I mean? I'm shouting on. I shouldn't shout on too much about this instead of putting a bit more effort and writing down a few points we're going into it. But you know what I mean. But yeah, getting ready Deus Ex vibes, not just from the cybernetic things and like everybody looking like they're augmented and all that, which is really cool. because there's some good elements there that, like, the augments come into play. Where you're talking to a copper and he gets you down on the ground and you plug this USB into the side of your head and it's like a polygraph machine so they can see when you're lying. It's not just the augments and the robotics are just there for a visual sense. It's like you put a lot of thought into them. Going, if you have a port in the side of your head to put in information or stuff like that, maybe people have ways of finding out if you're lying. Maybe there's ways of uploading memories or uploading things for you to say, or a virus, or like a remote, like a fucking people remotely controlling you, that kind of thing. Maybe that comes into play. That'd be really fucking cool. Like, imagine getting up to somebody, like, instead of doing a stealth kill and taking them down, you could jam a fucking USB in the side of their head and then go somewhere else and open up your iPad or whatever, your tablet, and then you can control them. And then you control that character and you can move around, kind of like Abe's Odyssey when you fucking do their wormies and fucking take over them. Or no, I'm just thinking way too ahead of myself. That's way too over there. Might not even be implemented. I'm starting to hype myself up for something that's not even in the game. But yeah, it looks cool. And there's parts of it as well, like when they were showing it, it's like it's an RPG game, so there's in the sense of when you shoot somebody, big numbers come over their head, and kind of like in The Witcher as well, but Witcher had small numbers, so there's damage counters, there's health bars and stuff like that. No problem with that at all. That doesn't really bother me. Really enjoy it. The stimulus of seeing, doing a big number with a bullet. I'm like, oh, that's a fucking, like in Borderlands, I got to the point where I was taking shots and it didn't do the number anymore. It said like 564K. I was like, holy shit. Like, I know people have played Borderlands, they probably go up to the fucking millions in damage and all that, but that visual stimulus, and I was like, oh, that is a tasty fucking headshot. Give me more of them, give me more of them, give me some more upgrades. Whatever you're giving, I want fucking more of it. So, really good into that. But there was, I can't remember the gimmick, or not the gimmick, I can't remember the name that was given, but they said somewhere, basically, use this ability, and you take a smack of an inhaler, like, and then you go into what's essentially bullet time, and you can do these super slides across the ground at a quicker pace while the world's in this bullet time slow-mo, and you take a few shots. I don't know if that's a perk, or if is it a consumable item. If it's a consumable item, I'll more than likely never use it again after that tutorial. It's just the way I am with games. When it comes to the game enhancing things like that, more than like 9 out of 10 times what I'm going to put on, if it's a consumable and it's on a button, the med kit's going to go there. The hypo, the first aid hypo is just going to go there instead. I just don't go out with time to use them. The only time I ever used bullet time, and I rarely fucking use it, was Max Payne. Half the time I didn't use them because it was the whole thing of too cool to use, and I'd never use them, and at the same time I just didn't bother my arse using them unless I was in a tough little pickle and I had to go slow-mo to get a few headshots. Just one of those things. I've gotten a bit better now in time, and I've catered myself to using everything at my disposal, but normally don't do it. Like in fucking Fallout, I never use any of the drugs. Never. I have about 800 jets lying in a fucking workshop at home. That's about it. Psycho buff and all that, the odd time I use them, I'd have one or two in my pocket, just in case I came across a fucking power armor cunt, and I couldn't take him out, then I'd fucking pop one of them. But that's about it. I'd never just keep them on hand and go, right, here we go, going into the yoke, let's do all the drugs before we go to the bandit camp. Just wouldn't happen. Never found a reason to use jet, because it just slowed the game down too fucking much. Whereas in Cyberpunk, it seems like where the game slowed down, you still have a little bit of a more edge on your dexterity, so you can move a bit more. Who knows? If it's a perk, I might use a bit more because I'm after giving up one of my slots for this perk. Something else might come up, I don't know. That's the way it is. If it's a perk, it's a bit more useful. If it's a consumable, it's more likely just going to get sold or put into a storage box. Who fucking knows? But it looked really good. The game did look well. The branching paths, the fact that it showed a mission, and it showed one of the ways to do the mission, and the way this path was approached was by doing a secondary mission beforehand. And by doing that secondary mission, you unlocked... You unlocked this path to do. And that path is... basically, the mission is you got to go to this bandit camp just using a bandit camp. It's these augmented fucking thieves who have stolen this fucking robot to their gang. And the whole idea is your mission is to get this drone, this unmanned fucking tank, fucking drone robot thingy. And you can go in and storm the place and take it. You say you can sneak in and take it, or you can go in with your own money and take it. But the if you do this secondary mission, you get given 50 grand on a money chip to go in and buy it. So you're not using your own money, you're using this chip. And you go in and you give them the money and you pay for it. And you're like, deadly. Didn't have to sneak in and risk getting caught. Didn't have to shoot my way in and risk dying and wasting bullets. Didn't have to use my own money. I got given money. But, of course, everything has a catch. The money has a virus on it. The chip has a virus on it, and it uploads to that system and it goes shut down. So you don't shoot your way into the building, but you got to shoot your way out of the building. But by then you have a scope of what's going on. Their systems are down due to the virus, so it's a little bit more of an easy getaway. It looked good. It's one of those things where I would definitely play it and have different paths. I wouldn't go, I'll just do it for the ease of access. I'm starting to get into that a bit more now with games where on my second playthrough, like it was like, again, as I said before, I play games. Normally I play good, but I only play good because I don't want to piss people off and lose their missions that they give me, or I'd lose any branching paths because I killed them or I pissed them off. That's the only reason why I play majority good guy. But now, saying that, when I play secondary games and all that, I'm like, yeah, let's go again. Time for the evil cunt playthrough. What's that? You want me to find your fucking family? No, I shoot you instead and steal your fucking gaff and all your belongings. Like, literally steal the gaff, pack the gaff up in a little box and take it with me. Big gaping hole where the house used to be. But anyway, I didn't want to go too much into Cyberpunk. It's like me and Wes broke down a 6-minute Red Dead trailer in over an hour. We'll be here until the fucking next week if we try to break down a 47 Cyberpunk gameplay trailer. It looks fun. Some elements, I'm hoping that the branch and story paths are there for a lot of replayability. I'm hoping the dialogue options aren't just too generic, like Fallout, where it's like yes, no, and no, but yes, that kind of thing. And that's it really about Cyberpunk. This is only, as I said, this is just a little in-betweeny, teeny weeny Bitta Bants podcast arena. Yeah, just said that. Don't know why I said that, but I just said that. My apologies if you are still listening and haven't knocked off by now. So, just took a quick pause there for a second to check out the Twitch page. I was going to stream it to the one I already run myself, but I haven't used it in ages, and it's my own personal like online name, so I quickly checked to see if Bitta Bants was available, and it is. So, Twitch is... Bitta Bants Twitch page is just simply Bitta Bants, the exact same way it's spelled here in this podcast. So, we'll be pushing that out. I don't know if we're doing test streams beforehand. Maybe not. See what happens. But the Bitta Bants now have a Twitch page, which we will be running our streams in October. So, pushing that now, pushing it more. You'll be hearing about it every podcast up until October. And then, as we're streaming, we'll still be doing the podcast, even though we'll be streaming as well. Got a lot of work to do. Holy shit. So anyway, as I said, this was just a little small podcast to do in between the major meaty casts. So, solo bands will be a thing. I'll knock them out every, probably one or two, probably one a month. Maybe two, depends if I am stuck for guests and stuff like that. But yeah, a lot of work going on. Still putting in the work now for next week. Knock all the games out, put them on the list, and hopefully acquire a webcam, because I'd love to be able to see us as we're doing it, because that's half the bands is there as we're talking to each other, and we talk a lot with our hands, and we be moving a lot as well as we're doing the podcasts. So you lose a lot of that when it's just audio. Anyway, I'm not going to drag this on for ages. Little mini solo bands over and done with. As always, I am Louie McGee. Thank you so much for listening. Take it easy, and if it's easy, take it home. I am out of here. Good luck.